Let's just start the show. Call show Sunday night. What's going on? Christian Bauer. I apologize for that. I probably just desecrated that song. So you're welcome. I love that song, Greenwood, Us USA. Wanted to put on a special show for you guys, but we're having bad storms here. And it's not getting better, but we're going to try to push through it, and we're going to try to work with what we have. So that said, I did drop the stream our link. If you want to call in, you can. Let me check this stream out and see as far as my okay, hold on. Check, check, 1, 2. Is this better? Can you guys hear me? Might just have to use this overlay on it because it's not loading the brand section of StreamYard. But if you guys can hear me, put a 1 or something in the chat just to let me know that at least the audio is working. Yeah, I ordered something for the Echo stuff. It should be here this week. So that's just part of this room of the studio. It's a work in progress. So I do apologize for that. Let me see if I can hear it through the phone. How bad is it? Damn. It sounds like it's going through, but it is a bit choppy, and I apologize. I don't want to not stream tonight. I mean, it's going to be like this in any other part of the house, but I was looking forward to tonight's show. So let me drop the StreamYard link. If anyone wants to come in the StreamYard, you can. You're more than welcome to. Let's see if we can at least get that going. But drop the link for Facebook too. All right. And I still can't get to the brand page to take the overlay down. So we're just going to keep the overlay up. It's 4th of July anyway, this week. So God bless America, I guess. And, but again, let me see. Oh, there we go. So it's showing me who's in the back room at least. Hey, Harry Leg.
How's it going, man?
I'm making it, man. I didn't expect the show to start off like this, but we'll get through it.
Oh, well, things happen, and I'm no expert in this by any stretch of the imagination, so we'll get through it. Storming here, so I don't know if that's got anything to do with it.
Yeah, no, it's storming here too, man. We've been having some storms all day. I had to drive home in the rain from church, and just it's yeah, it's been crazy weather here in the South.
Yeah, I checked the radar a little while ago. I mean, we were getting it was everybody in the area here was shooting off fireworks, and all of a sudden it stopped. and then it was like bam, and lightning was everywhere. I had 3 trees in my area right here adjacent to my property hit, and we were without power and all that crap for a bit. But it's come back on now, and it's still light. I mean, south of me is where it seems to be concentrated. It is. It looks like you're outside of Atlanta. That's how bright it is from all the lightning. And I'm 40 miles from Atlanta. I'm in the middle of nowhere, so it's pretty intense. But anyhow, hope you're having a good Fourth, and you and your family and all that, and everybody that's in the room and whatnot. Everybody, heck, I don't discriminate that way. I want everybody to have fun, have a good time. Uh, uh, but little football news. Uh, I'm sure that you're aware of the brouhaha over this mess that we're dealing with, right?
Are you referring to all the firings at ESPN?
Uh, no, not that. I mean, everybody knows that they got to pay Pat McAfee $85 million over the next 5 years. So that math becomes a little clearer now. I think what I read, 30 million in salaries was cut from all these layoffs.
Oh wow, was it that much?
Yeah, and that, if I recall correctly, that's what I think I read today in one of the. It might have been the ESPN article, as a matter of fact. It might not have been. I don't recall. I read voraciously, and things stick in the mind. You know what I mean? I speed read, and so it from time to time I forget my sources. But now I read that this morning when I was drinking coffee. But yeah, that was definitely a kick in the pants there. But I think the writing on the wall is that at some point, because of the hemorrhaging of Disney, and in terms of their revenue production, is in the pits right now. Did you know that they laid off all the people with National Geographic? They own that too.
I saw where Disney was cutting the employees, and I saw what happened at ESPN, but I did not realize they cut everybody at Nat Geo.
Yep, they did that too, and that's just one that I read about. Now I don't know how. I don't think they 86th another one of the networks, but not that I am a patron of those necessarily. From time to time, perhaps I might have it on as background or something, but I don't watch TV unless it's sports. So uh,
Yeah,
anymore, I just don't unless I can catch, unless it's just super bad weather and I'm stuck in the house and I can't get something on some old movies. I watch the old ones, but oh mercy, we might fixing to be hit here again. Jesus, winds just picked up. But
I thought our storm season was like March to May, and here we are, 4th of July weekend, and everyone's just getting hit.
El Nino, dude, we're in the El Nino period now, so things will be different. And that ain't climate change. That's just natural phenomenon.
Yep.
But uh, on the now, I was more referring to the fallout here, the continued fallout from this Georgia thing, uh, with that article that broke last week, and folks are still fired up about this. Uh, the kid that they maligned in the article was never charged with anything. He was actually, released and gone about your business. And they made a big deal out of it. And it seems that few people actually bothered to read what was wrote and then, fact check the article. And that's something that gets me. I don't ever take one source as the gospel myself, but
Right.
you have to trust but verify, and you want to be accurate if you say something. I think that's an honorable thing to do, and it would seem that there's not that same consideration of honor amongst some journalists, and that's as nicely as I can put it. I don't want to get ugly.
Well, what I'm trying to learn, because I'm trying to work to be a sports journalist, and one thing that I'm learning is to, it's okay to mess up here or there if you get the facts wrong and don't get it straight all the time. Just go back and make sure you get it later on and apologize and correct yourself. And some people have
Absolutely,
a hard time. I think some people have a hard time doing that.
and that's a flaw in their character. Bottom line, I'm sorry, you have to be an adult. And look, there's not a one of us that's not gonna mess something up. Lord have mercy, I'm an old guy. I've done my share, uh, and didn't intentionally do any of it. They were mishaps and happenstance. Sometimes you have failures of things that are beyond your control, but you get blamed for them, and those are things that they're not fair, but it happens in business, and I got caught up in some of that nonsense a time or two, and that's when I said, "Enough of this corporate world. See you, bye bye." I start my own business, and that's what I did. So,
Yeah, man.
35 years of that, and then retirement. So,
You've done your service.
yes, I did. And but on to better news here. I have sat in on a couple of chats already tonight, and it's very interesting to hear all the optimism. It's starting to build, man. We're getting close and closer and closer. Everybody's
Yeah.
getting excited. Uh,
Let me check
everybody's. Do I
let
now?
me check the count. If you're referring to college football, we're 54 days away.
And that's how much. That's how long I got to turn this house too. I have to do it before the end. I got to do it before the season starts. I can't. I'm working on one to sell, and I got to get rid of it. So shouldn't be difficult. But then I can get back to fishing. But which is my first love.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Well, listen, Harry Leg, it was really good talking to you tonight. It is a call-in show, so I kind of take them one at a time, and we got someone else in the back room we'll get to here in a
You go
second.
right
But
ahead, my friend, and have a
yeah,
nice evening and a happy 4th.
happy 4th, man. Thank you. Always great to hear from our friend Harry Leg, and a guy making an appearance on the show tonight is our friend Brock Watson, who we haven't seen on the show at least in a while. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Just been busy, and working and stuff, but glad to be back home, man, and talk some Alabama football.
Man, because we've had an interesting off season with Tyler Buckner coming in. We got the new hires, and dude, I know there's a lot of what say the white poison out there, but I would say you just never know. I mean, look at what he's done with quarterbacks in the past. Mac Jones, Jake Coker. I go to guys like that, and I look at the quarterback situation this year. The talent is there. It's just a lack of experience. But
Hmm.
Nick Saban's been in this position before.
Right, and I'll say this, like I've told everybody else, I just want to see how does he utilize our tight ends, because this is going to be something new. This offense is going to be new to us Alabama fans, because we've been we've been used to that first, that first throwing offense, passing offense. So like now we're going back to the old, how it first started when Alabama started winning national championships, and that's establishing the run game. So we're gonna be running the ball a lot more. I do think Justice Haynes, man. I think this guy could be a Heisman Trophy candidate in the future. Not this year, but he is special, man. And I'm very high on that kid and the other guy as well, Richard Young. He just came in a few weeks ago. I really like him. I like all our guys, but Justice Haynes, he's very special, man. And I really do think he's going to get a lot of touches as a true freshman. I do think it's going to be Jace McClellan, running back 1. I think it'll be running back 2. I think it'll be Roy Dale or Jamarian Miller. And I think time I think in the Middle Tennessee game, I don't know about the Texas game, but I think the Middle Tennessee game we're gonna see a lot of Justice Haynes. And I really don't know about it. Look, I just trust Nick Saban with the quarterbacks. Everybody's saying, "Oh well, he must not trust Miro and Ty Simpson if he went and got Tyler Buckner, right?" But my thing is, I wonder if he got this Tyler Buckner guy to light a fire under our quarterback room. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it'll make somebody's got to step up. You know what I mean? So I really think it's a reason for it. Like Nick Saban knows what he's doing. He's the greatest coach of all time. Like I don't know why people question him, but it's a lot of people saying we're going 9-3. Is the worst case. I think our worst case scenario that we would go is 10-2 again. I don't think we lose 3 games. And I don't think we lose at home. If we lose a game, it'll be either like A&M. See, I don't really know about A&M neither because we don't know if Bobby Petrino is going to be calling the plays or is it going to be Mr. Jimbo Fisher. You know what I mean? So that's the question mark for them right there. I mean, nobody's going to – their defense was fine last year. Their defense wasn't a problem. It was A&M's offense was terrible. And their quarterback play was terrible until they put in that true freshman, Connor Wegman. But I'll say this, man. I feel like this is going to be the year that Alabama's going to make a statement this year. I just feel like in week 2, the game that everybody's saying that Texas is going to come down and whoop Alabama's ass, I just don't see it, man. I think we're gonna control the game from the line, at the line of scrimmage, and I just don't see it. What do you think?
So I kind of have certain feelings about Alabama this year, and I've kind of had negative feelings mostly because of how the spring looked. But then I also say that you can't base it off of the spring too much. These guys are young, they're new, they're still trying to develop. And I mean, I look at Mac Jones, I look at Jake Coker, I look at even Blake Sims. He didn't win a championship, but he was pretty darn good late in the season in 2014.
Dude,
got us to the playoffs.
We would have won that championship, but
yeah. Ohio State was just a beast.
Yeah.
Ohio State was just a beast that year, but I think we got a really good chance every single season. Alabama's always going to have a chance. And you mentioned some of the guys too. I like the receiver room. I really do. I know that there were a lot of drop passes in the spring game, and there were some moments. I think it was more so the quarterbacks trying to do too much. And I think this offseason, I can't speak for Saban, but I think he wants to talk to the guys and just say, calm yourself, slow your roll. And by the way, people that Nick Saban brought in Tyler Buckner. I think Tyler Buckner chose on his own to go to Alabama because he wants to be developed in a certain way. You could
He wants
say
to be pushed harder. That's what I
he
believe.
does.
Yeah.
Now, Nick Saban might have influenced it a little bit, but this whole Nick Saban dipped into the portal and no, a college kid chooses to go somewhere for their education and for their sports career. I would say this from Nick Saban's point of view for Tyler Buckner, maybe it is to help motivate Jalen Milroe and Ty Simpson a little bit more. And if those guys can't develop to the standard that Nick Saban has set, it's going to be Tyler Buckner's job this fall. And I would say that, I mean, do you have to trust Coach Saban with whoever he puts out there on the field? I think you have to. I mean, he knows what he's doing. He knows what it takes to win.
I'm giving the edge to Jalen Milroe, but I do think it's Jalen Milroe's job to lose because he does have the most experience. He has more than Ty. And but if you want to go by who's the better passer, Ty Simpson all day. But I do think Buckner, if he can eliminate the mistakes, and I went back and watched, when they won the Gator Bowl, I think it was last year, right? Against South Carolina. And if you look back when he played Ohio State in the beginning of the season, in game 1 of the season, he was thrown into the fire, man, as a freshman, right? So,
yeah.
I mean, bro, he wasn't, I don't think he was ready. I don't think Buckner was ready. Notre Dame just threw him out there. And so I really think when I went back and watched, man, this kid he's got some speed, dog. Like, he's got some wheels. And if our offensive line as good as I think it's going to be about it, I'm telling you, watch out. Because if that offensive line has improved like I think it's going to be, like I'm telling you, man, it was already an improvement from 2021 to 2022. But if this offensive line can get right, and I'm hearing that we might have some freshmen starting on that offensive line, but I'm not worried about it because they are monsters. So I'm telling you, man, I think Alabama's offensive line is going to look pretty good this year.
I think it is too. I think that, I mean, you got Seth McLaughlin, you got J.C. Latham out there, Damian George. You got a couple different guys you could go to. Darian Dalcourt, I believe, is coming back for like his 5th year. So the experience and the talent that Alabama has stacked up in recent years is there. They have a chance. And I would say that it is going to fall on the offensive line, which didn't impress me in the spring game. But at the same time, for all we know, what if our defense?
I'll tell you what impressed
Alabama,
me. What impressed me was our linebacker play, our edge rushers, and our secondary looked really good. Man, Caleb Downs is going to be a dude. I'm telling you. That kid is already NFL talented. Like, he has already got his mind set on one thing, and that's to put that ring on his finger. And he even said that, Junk, when he won the state championship for his for Mill Creek. He said,
yeah.
I'm 100% committed to Alabama, and I'm going to sign with Alabama. And he told the On3 guy, Chad Simmons, was there. He told him in the interview. He said, I will get a ring on my finger. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you mentioned Caleb Downs and how he impressed me so much. I know he's just out of high school, and for all we know, it could blow up when it comes time for the season. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think that he is a raw talent. I think that he's ready for the next level of college football.
Yes.
And I think that whole secondary, Desmond Rooks is going to be out there too.
Yep.
Hopefully, you look at the guys up front for defense: Dallas Turner. Trying to think of who else. Something out here. Mine's on that blank, but I think we got like a guy in like Tim Smith, Jamarian Latham, or
James Smith.
James Smith, yeah. That's the thing, man, is that Alabama has been stacking on their defensive line.
I'm going to tell you, man. I'm going to tell you this right now about our defense is going to be a lot better this year. Listen now. This is what I try to tell people right here. You got Kevin Steele coming back to Alabama to coach this defense. After the spring game, Malachi Moore was interviewed by, the media and stuff. And they asked him, how did he feel about Kevin Steele coaching the defense? He said they love Kevin Steele. He said, this is what exact words he said. He said that Kevin Steele told him, sat down with the whole team and told them, look, there's a standard at Alabama, and if you don't want to be here and go by the standard of what we asked for here at Alabama, he said, then y'all can go. He said, but as long as I'm here, you're going to go by the standard. And he said, we're not going to go beneath or none of that. Like we're going to play to the Alabama standards. And that's what I like about Kevin Steele. And Malachi Moore, he said, I remember him when he was recruiting me at Auburn. And that's what told me right then and there, like, yes, this defense is going to buy into that, to Kevin Steele's, his play calling. I believe it, man. I believe it. I'm sticking to my guns on that. I think Kevin Steele was a good hire, man. I really do. Everybody say he's old as shit. Well, that's fine. Nick Saban's old too, ain't he? And he's still out there. So,
Yeah. Well, here's going to be the game. I think you hit the nail on the head earlier. That Texas game, if they struggle, give Texas credit. But if they struggle like they did last season, where it was 20-19 and they had to hit a game-winning field goal, I would say this.
You're going to see that.
I would say if they go out and struggle, then there's going to be some problems. But if they go out, and people are going to make excuses, it was a home game for Bama, so of course they blew them out. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be like a 50-0. But if they win the game like 45-20 or something like they did Kansas State, like the team we saw for Alabama against Kansas State is the team I want to see this season, minus the Bryce Youngs, the Jahmyr Gibbs, the
Will Anderson.
Yeah. Minus those guys.
We're replacing a lot. We're replacing a lot this year. But the good thing about it is Nick Saban recruits at the highest level. We just brought in a number one class. And like I said, man, I think these young freshmen, I think James Smith with Jamil Burrows showing out and now he hit the portal, I think you're going to see that freshman James Smith, defensive lineman, step up and to the plate. I think James Smith is going to do it, dog. And I'm telling you, that dude is physical, and he's going to be a problem for offenses. I'm telling you right now, he is quick, and I've seen him. I've seen it, man. I'm telling you, if he gets it together, man, it's going to be. I'm excited, man. I really am. I just don't know how, with all this talent, we're going to see what Tommy Rees does with this talent now. He's got all the talent in the world on this team, man. He's got the most talented roster. No, he does. He has the most. He does have the most talented roster in college football. Because let me tell you, 90% of Alabama's football roster is nothing but blue chip athletes. Blue chip. Alabama has that right now in recruiting. Alabama's in number 20 in recruiting right now. But let me tell you what, by the end of July, Alabama's gonna be top 2, top 3. Watch what I'm telling you. Watch what I'm telling you. That just go. I'm telling you, we got plenty commitments coming in for the recruiting class. I'm telling you, we just landed. We landed a guy named Jameer Grimsley out of Tampa.
I saw that.
Yeah, he is 6'3", 185 pounds, and he could play wide receiver and cornerback. He is physical, man, and I'm very excited to see what he could do. I am. I think he's gonna be a stud, but that's next year. He's not coming till next year, but I'm just telling you, man. Jalen Mbakwe, all them guys. I think Perry's gonna flip though. I see he's going to that Auburn Big Cat thing, whatever it is. So we might better be on the lookout and get ready for a flip for him. But I mean, ain't nothing we can do. I mean, when you got Hugh Freeze over there now, he's gonna give hell. He's gonna give Alabama hell for them players now. But I do think we're flipping at least one or two of Georgia's commits. I think we're gonna get DeMarcus Riddick, and we might get Peyton Wood. So I'm really excited, man. And my thing is this season, man, you gotta hope and you gotta say, look, this is Alabama's year. This is gonna be the statement that Alabama and Nick Saban's gonna make this year. Like it's something got to change, man. We got to get on the ball this year and play good ball. We need to X out the penalties. We need to be a disciplined football team. Because last year, I don't know what the hell our team was doing. I don't, man. That shit made me frustrated. It really did, man. And, you know, that's why I'm glad Pete Golden and Bill O'Brien's gone. And we ain't gonna see him. We ain't gonna be throwing the ball on the damn 2-yard line no more. It's gonna be pounded, ground and pound. You know what I mean? So
I really hope you're right, man. I hope it does get to that old school type of offense. Like you remember back in the day with AJ McCarron, dude. I think we could survive in college football like that today in ways. I mean, you don't have to do it every play. I mean, give the quarterbacks a chance to throw the ball to some elite receivers. But you mentioned Justice Haynes. He better get some carries this year, and that offensive line better help. Otherwise, it's going to be crap.
Yeah, look, man. I think this is year 2 under offensive line coach Eric Wolford, and you know, Tyler Booker and all of them been saying during the spring, they were saying like we're gonna be dogs this year. We coming. Like we gonna bully people. We getting back to that standard. And I think they will, man. They got Ha Clinton Dix on the staff. Nick Saban brought in a bunch of staff, man. I don't know if you've seen all them guys he brought in, all them assistant coaches and stuff he's gonna have on the sideline with him, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But my thing is, man, I see Alabama at least making the SEC championship this year. I'm not saying no less. The worst I'll say is 10-2 again, but I really think we're gonna go 11-1. We're gonna have one little hiccup.
I hope you're right, man. Hey, I appreciate you calling in. We got other callers to get to, but Brock, I can't wait for the season, man. Thank you so much. Roll Tide. And our next caller is a Georgia fan. Before we get to Jacob, I just think that, I mean, Brock is an Alabama fan, like myself. I know where to draw the line sometimes. I let him go on, but I mean, I'm confident in this season. I'm confident in this year's team, but you got to be realistic. He did say 10-2. He did say 11-1. He did say get over the hump and get LSU. I think LSU is pretty special this year. They got more coming back than Alabama does, and they beat Alabama last year. Let's get to Jacob. What did you think?
Yeah,
man?
but I'm glad you said all that because my God,
I mean, he made some good points about what Alabama has. He did make some good
Jeez,
points.
all right. First of all, I want to know this: who was he talking about being quick?
Justice Haynes.
Oh my God, Justice Haynes runs a 4.6 at best. I mean, geez, okay, well, whatever. I'm just gonna have to let that go. But okay, so I'm not gonna go on about his entire call here. 'Cause y'all, you heard it yourself, but he said at worst Alabama wins the West, but also goes 10-2. Alabama's not winning the West if they go 10-2. I probably LSU will be better than that. I mean, so take that how you want it, man. But oh God, look, I get it. Alabama has recruited great, for years and years, and they've continued to recruit great. But look, you can't say this. You can't go around the entire year before last year, 2022, being the biggest favorite in national championship history, saying that this is your year. 2021 was a rebuilding year, and that 2022 you're going undefeated and you're winning a national championship and getting back to the dynasty days. You can't say that and then turn around and say, "Oh well, yeah, last year was off, but 2023 that's our year." You can't just. I mean, come on now. Golly. I mean, what you
I
think about
mean,
that?
I don't. Yeah, I mean, Alabama, has had their moments. They've had their losses, had some wins, had their chances. I'm going to be honest. I kind of missed the last part of what you said, but you said something about being the biggest favorite in a
Yeah,
championship game. Was
2022
it?
they're the big 2022 they're the biggest favorite national championship history. In like the era
Over
of like
Georgia? Hold on,
like
hold
the
on,
era
hold on. Over Georgia?
last year, yeah, before 2022 in the BCS and playoff era, they out of those years combined, they were the biggest favorite in national championship history.
I thought the line was like 6 or something.
I'm talking about before the season.
Oh, before like the
Yeah,
odds.
yeah, before the season, yeah.
Okay.
Brock, I didn't say
Well,
we didn't want. Hold on, go ahead. My fault.
now we're in underdog. So, I mean, Alabama's
Okay,
kind of this rat poison narrative. But go ahead and respond, Brock.
Brock, I didn't say we didn't want Justice Haynes. I said he runs a 4.6 at best. There's no, that's just facts. Okay, you can't argue that. I mean, a 4.6 running back is not quick. If you watch him at Buford, he's not quick. That's why I I know you probably don't watch Georgia high school football, but look, I watched him at Buford. The guy's not quick. Very smart, and he's got some power, but he's not quick. I mean, come on now, let's let's not go insane here. I mean, geez. But anyways, and here's another thing I'm going to respond to. you can't blame everything on the coordinators. You just can't. You know, Alabama's defense in 2018 was good. Their defense at the end of the season by 2020 was good, and they had Pete Golding both of those years. Alabama's offense was whatever you think about Bill O'Brien, Alabama's offense the last 2 years has been pretty good for the most part. Okay.
I mean, they've had here's the thing. You say you can't blame coordinators. Not that you're blaming, but you are taking credit. Aren't Georgia fans the ones
I'm not
going
saying.
around saying, hold on, let me finish. I have a statement. I would say Georgia fans like to look at Kirby Smart as this elite head coach, and he's the best defensive mind in college football, and they don't want to give any of the credit to Nick Saban. I'm not saying it's you, but I have heard other Georgia fans out there say, well, the only reason Alabama's defense has gotten so much worse since 2016 or 2015 or blah, blah, blah is because Kirby left. I mean, Georgia fans have said that. I haven't. I mean, I've seen it on Twitter. I've seen it on Facebook. I've heard it on YouTube. So why can't we get mad when things don't go our way with Pete Golding or Bill O'Brien?
All right, I'll respond to that. But yes, you can put some of the blame on the coordinators, but you can't put all of the blame on the coordinators. Yes, there might be better coordinators out there than O'Brien and Pete Golding, but that is not the only reason why you lost 2 games last year. It's not. Because I mean you literally you won a natty with Pete Golding as your DC. And your defense at the end of the season was really good. They held Ohio State to 24 points. Ohio State was one of the best offenses in the country. Not only that, they shut down Georgia in the second half. They shut down Auburn. They were good by the end of the season. They air raid. They shut them out. But your defenses since then haven't been as good. But it's not just Pete Golding, because if it was only him, your defenses would have never been good in 2018, and they wouldn't have been good by the end of the year in 2020. And frankly, 2021, your defense was pretty good at the end of the year that year, to be honest with you. It just, so yes, put some of the blame. You can't put all of the blame, though. Now, respond to what you said about Georgia. Herbert Smart is the main reason why your defenses haven't been as good since 2016. There's no debate to that.
Hard for Nick Saban, though, he got introduced to football when he got to Tuscaloosa.
Well, I get all that, but look, it's not just a coincidence that Alabama's defenses are nowhere near where they used to be under Kirby, and Georgia's defenses have gone from, decent, under the Mark Richt era, to the best in the country. That's not just a coincidence. That's Kirby. That's losing that. Okay, hold on. I'm getting my words mixed up here, but that's Kirby going from Alabama and them needing him, and then Georgia needing him, them getting him, and then he propelled Georgia all the way to where they are now. That's not just. Now I'm not saying that like Saban. Yes, he's been a really good defensive mind for years and all that, but look. He hasn't done the best against today's offenses. Let's just be real here. And it's not just Pete Golding running that defense. Trust me, Saban had his hands all over that defense too. Pete Golding may have been calling plays, but trust me, Saban had his hands on that defense. And it's an offense that we've not seen in past years, like Tennessee's offense, the hurry-up offense that scores 50 points a game. Alabama gets completely destroyed by them. He also gets destroyed by a mobile quarterback, something he's also had issues for years and years with. Now, there's more mobile quarterbacks than ever, so he has more struggles against him. Hendon Hooker was a mobile quarterback too. He had struggles against him. Auburn has had mobile quarterbacks for years. They were ahead of the curve, running the zone read offense under Gus Malzahn. You know, he was their OC in 2010 with Cam Newton. Cam Newton destroyed y'all. 2013, Nick Marshall. Nick Marshall destroyed y'all. 2017, Jarrett Stidham was the mobile quarterback. Destroyed y'all. 2019, Bo Nix. I mean, so look, yes, Saban's a really good defensive mind, but against today's offenses, he has not been the best. Let's be real here.
I'm not saying he's been the best. I know, like, some Alabama fans out there act like Nick Saban can turn straw into gold overnight and he can do all this and that. He's an amazing head coach. There's no denying that. But
Well, I'm
I
not.
will admit that as the game has progressed and developed, not that he hasn't adapted, but he hasn't adapted at the same rate that maybe he should. Like when Kirby Smart came in, I don't even know where I was going to go with that, but I mean, obviously Kirby Smart has come into college football and found his own way to, you know, win championships. And let's not forget, before Stetson Bennett, how much of a hard time did he have adapting to having to have a quarterback that can throw the ball? And how is he going to do that this year too?
He's adapted though. Has
He
he not?
has, but he had it took him like 5 years.
Well, you know, he's never had a head coaching job before. You know, Saban's first 5 years, he didn't do anything as a head coach. So, I mean, I'm just saying here, you know, and I'm going to respond to Brock again. Brock says, well, no, Jeremy Pruitt had better stats. You know, don't lie, Pete. Goldie never adjusted to the game. No.
Actually,
Saban
I
has
got
his hands. What were you about to say?
Go ahead and finish real quick, but I want to respond to this comment.
Okay, Saban has his hands all over that defense, and you know it damn well. All right, Jeremy Pruitt. If Jeremy Pruitt was such a great defensive mind, why why isn't he? What happened to his defenses at Tennessee? Please don't tell me you think Jeremy Pruitt's a better defensive mind than Kirby Smart, because if you try to say that, oh, I'm gonna have a fun time arguing tonight. I'll tell you that.
And by the way, Brock, I love you. I appreciate you always coming on, man. You are always welcome, and I hope we're friends still after this. Alabama never lost a championship with Kirby Smart. Go back and look.
Facts.
The first time Alabama lost the national championship was 2016, 2017 to Clemson and Deshaun Watson. And I guess Pruitt came in that year, but Kirby had already left for Georgia, didn't he?
I gotta ask Brock this: Do you think Jeremy Pruitt's a better defensive mind than Kirby Smart? That's a straight up question. I want him to answer it, please. But because I need to know. But you know, and of course we're talking about Georgia's allegations in the comment section, because when you win back-to-back natties, that's the only thing you can talk about. Oh, you got an allegation. Well, we also got back-to-back natties. Okay, let's not act like Mac Jones and Pete Golding and Eli Ricks didn't get, and Tony Mitchell didn't get DUIs. I mean, come on now. So, anyways, I'm not even gonna get into that. But let's get back to what we were talking about with Kirby and Alabama and all that. How about this? All right, if Kirby's defenses at Alabama were the defenses to go up against Stetson Bennett in Georgia, how do you think that would have gone? I'm just asking.
Actually, I think Alabama would crush Stetson Bennett with Kirby Smart's defense.
Hey, yeah, but now that Kirby's gone,
I think
Georgia can run right through y'all.
I don't know about this year though. I mean, let's talk about the present. You want to look forward to 2023. I really believe in this year's defense, man. I think Kevin Steele could come in. He had good defenses at Miami. He had some good he shut down Alabama at Auburn a couple times, and
I think Kevin Steele's a good hire. I think he is a good hire. He's a good hire. Now I'm just gonna respond to Brock again because he answered my question. He thinks Jeremy Pruitt's a better defensive mind at Kirby Smart. God almighty. Now,
Did you
Ballard,
see
you know that's
comment?
you know
We
even
are
as an
not
Alabama fan, you know that's BS.
He said, "Dude, we're not TCU."
And we still would have
Man,
beat
this
your
is
ass. Still would have beat your ass. But I mean, we can get on and follow if he wants to. But anyways, look, Jeremy Pruitt's not a better defensive mind than Kirby Smart. Kirby just had the greatest defense of all time 2 years ago. Greatest defense of all time. He had
they
what
gave
a
up
lot of people,
41. That gave up 41 to Bryce Young. By the way, I
and
don't.
most people still call it the greatest defense of all time.
I
Just
still
go
don't,
at
man. I don't know if it could compete with some of the 70s and 80s defenses, or even
well, yeah,
like
because the 70s, 80s defenses were playing triple option, and they gave up 34 to Bryce Young. Stetson threw a pick six, but I get it. When Kirby Smart's defenses give up 34 points, it's almost like they gave up 64 because of how good he is. But yes, Georgia. If Georgia played in the era of the triple option, I'm not even joking. They wouldn't get scored on against 70s athletes. And that'd be the case for a lot of today's defenses. Put today's athletes against 60s and 70s athletes. There's some that they'd never score. I just, and that's just true. It's nutrition is better, weightlifting and that all that has taken over college football. That was just not a thing back in the day. But going back to my point, he had the greatest defense of all time, 2021. Well, most people would say the greatest defense of all time. He had what a lot of people would say the greatest defense of all time was before the 2021 defense at Alabama in 2011. He's had two of the greatest defenses of all time just by himself. Also had great defenses in 2015, 2022, 2017, 2019, and all the others that gave up 11 points per game, 10 points per game. But those are just some of his all-time defenses right there. Oh, how can I forget 2009 Bama defense? All those defenses, you can't find a bad Kirby Smart defense. You can't find one. Even in his first year at Georgia, it wasn't even that bad. All the other Kirby Smart defenses, take out the COVID year, I've given up 12 points per game or less, more than likely. 13 points per game or less, something like that. Oh, and Kirby's first year, of course. But, I mean, you get my point, Ballard?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not trying to take over the show here, but I'm just saying.
no, I got you.
Look at your schedule this year. Everybody, well, Tennessee's on a schedule, Brock. Could you beat Tennessee? Last time you played them, they they pushed you all the way back to Tuscaloosa. So
Now, by the way, they only beat us. They only beat Alabama with special teams. But carry on.
Oh, yeah, right. But
That field
okay,
goal was a knuckleball.
yeah. Well, hey, those things happen, But I mean, so Tennessee's on a schedule. They beat Bama last year. I mean, do you think? Don't tell me Bama would go 12-0 of Georgia's schedule, because they wouldn't. Please don't tell me that's what you think. Please don't tell me. Please don't tell me that's what you think. I'll tell you this: Georgia would go 12-0 of your schedule.
I'll tell you this.
What?
If you played Alabama schedule, if Georgia had to face what we're facing this season, buddy, first off, I think you drop a game with your own schedule this season. You're not going undefeated. But at the same
You don't
time,
think we go 12-0?
No,
Hold on,
I don't.
Who are we losing to?
You're losing in November. Tennessee will get you.
Oh,
I bet.
Christ. The team Kirby shut down over the last 2 years.
They didn't really shut them down. I mean,
shut them down. Ballard, we held them to 6 points until 4 minutes left in the game. The year before that, we held them 10 points until 2 minutes left in the game. How's that not shutting them down?
Listen, you know how many times Alabama shut them down, and this past year, Tennessee got right back up.
Tennessee's offense wasn't good before then, and Georgia's defense shut them down as well.
You might lose to South Carolina if you're not careful. You know who you won't lose?
South Carolina's next.
I'll give you some credit, though. You're not losing to Florida. I know that for a fact. I got the schedule pulled up. UT Martin, win. Ball State,
win.
South Carolina at home,
win. They don't have enough talent to beat us. Win.
UAB,
win.
Go Blazers, but win. Oh, okay, be careful. I understand that they struggled the past couple of years, and Hugh Freeze has a lot of work. But at Auburn, I mean,
it'd take a miracle for them to beat us. So win. This first year, at least, that's a win. It's an easy win every year because they run the ball right up the middle. So it's 50 times a game.
At Vandy. At Vandy. Did we lose, Jacob?
That's fine, but we're not going to lose.
Florida.
That's a win. Easy.
Mizzou.
Missouri.
Missouri.
All right. We should beat them easily this year. I'll go with that.
Ole Miss. Okay, I'll give you this.
Okay, now Ole Miss is going to be really good next year. Ole Miss will be good next year. If anybody gives us a close, if anybody gives us a close game, it'll be then. But I'm picking a win.
I will say, here's the thing about the Tennessee game, which is next. It's on the road, and you're coming off against Ole Miss. I'm not saying you're going to be banged up, but if they give Tennessee any type of blueprint of how to run an offense, Tennessee has an advantage in ways.
I said a couple of teams give Georgia a close game, but I guarantee we beat Tennessee's ass again. They're not going to beat us. Kirby has got their offense in a jar, and they're not coming out. He knows every single move that they got.
Okay, you got to go on the road to Atlanta to face Brent Key and Georgia Tech.
Yeah, 50, 60 point win there. Yeah.
No, man, not 50, 60 point.
Okay, I was playing, but still.
y'all gonna be good, man. I know it.
Brock said, let me respond to Brock here. He said if Georgia lose the game, we're not going to make playoffs. No. Win is a 12-1 SEC champion, never not going to make the playoffs.
You're not winning the SEC, though.
Oh, don't.
You're not winning the SEC.
Who's winning the SEC? Who?
Alabama, baby.
And you know damn well that's not happening. But Georgia's not missing as long as it's not the SEC title that we lose. If Georgia goes 12-1, they have no shot at missing the playoffs. No shot. They won't miss the playoffs. And if we lose the SEC title and it's a close game, we'll probably make it. Even then. But I don't think that's going to happen. And look. Georgia fans are Brock. We've won back-to-back titles here, bud. We have the best team going into next season again. What else do you want me to say besides us going 12-0 winning the SEC? I guarantee you this, Brock. In 2013, after Alabama won back-to-back natties, you were saying the same damn thing, weren't you? Oh, Bama's going to go 12-0 and win the SEC. So how can you blame me here? We've won back-to-back natties. What else am I supposed to say?
Actually, now that I think about it, is Georgia not – okay, hear me out. Okay, just let me talk for a minute. Is Georgia not literally 10 years later in the same boat Alabama was a few years ago where they could three-peat with what they have? But – you got to go to Auburn. I know. I understand this isn't 2013. And I understand Tennessee, Auburn, teams like that maybe taking some steps back. I actually think Auburn takes a step forward. I'm not saying it has to be Auburn. Somebody's going to get you and bite you in the tail and stop the three-peat. And it's going to
I'll
be
get-
glorious.
I'll give Auburn some credit here. I think they can maybe give us a decent game. I don't think it's going to be that close because Robbie Ashford isn't a vertical passer, but they can give us a decent game. Hugh Freeze is a really good coach, so I mean he's a really good. He's a great in-game coach. That's why he has 2 wins over Saban. So I'll give Auburn some credit there. But look, I don't see a loss. I really don't. I honestly don't even see anybody coming within single digits against us. I'm just going to be honest.
All right. We'll watch this season and see what happens.
What did Brock say? Brock, you're saying he doesn't run a 4.6, but you've never seen Justice Haynes run in your life. I have. He ran a 4.6 in high school at least. And unless he gets that much faster at Alabama, he's still going to be running a 4.6. And it's hard to improve speed. He's not fast. Have you ever watched him before? You don't even know what Buford is. You've never heard Justice Haynes till they committed to Alabama. I watch these guys, man. You don't. DJ Finley was better than. Oh God, no. Here comes the jokes here.
That's not true.
DJ Finley better than Robbie Ashford. Here comes the jokes. In what way was he better than Robbie Ashford? What way?
He wasn't. He was garbage.
If Robbie Ashford
I mean, this guy
played
can
against
hit the
Alabama.
broadside of the line.
Exactly. If Robbie Ashford played against Alabama in 2021, Auburn would have won the game 28-3. So, or 28-0, perhaps, maybe. But Bo Nix would have played, the same thing would have
We
happened. So
would have
let's
had
not.
some.
You had to have had at least like 90 plays against Auburn, Ballard. And you wouldn't have that money if Robbie Ashford or Bo Nix was playing. So
Maybe.
Robbie Rayola got outperformed by Julian Saint. Oh God. Yeah, Jesus. When? Please tell me. I'm actually not I'm a little bit upset at Dylan Rayola. I gotta be honest, because he went to Buford. And he's trying to ring chase with them. So I'm not as happy with him right now. Now when he gets to Georgia, I'm gonna love him and all that, but I'll be rooting against Buford every game this year. Ring chasers, recruiting out of state and all that. But do you have any other callers? I don't want to hold anyone up, Ballard.
Honestly, we don't. Just being honest here.
I'll just I guess keep talking then until you want to stop the stream. But
Well, I'll tell you what. What's pretty cool is I don't have to get up for class tomorrow. We get the day off for the 4th.
Yeah, that's even though.
Yeah, come back on, Brock. I'll drop the link if you want to come back on. And we got to get this. I know what Brock wants. I know what he wants.
Oh, I know what he wants. Hey,
He wants some.
You should post this on your channel. This is first phone feud you've ever had.
I think I've had a couple arguments. We'll get Brock in here and see how this goes, and maybe I'll post it.
And I like Brock too. I like debating with him. I just disagree with his opinions, and I'm going to continue to. But I like anybody that debates with me. It's just I'm going to disagree with their opinion, and that's how it's going to be. So bring Brock on. I can't wait for this.
It says device is not connected.
Oh.
Try it again, Brock. Oh, there we go. Hold on. Brock versus Jacob. Let's go.
All right, so you were You were saying Justice Haynes runs a 4.6, right?
Yes, in high school he did. Yes.
In high school. But he has improved his speed. And I know that for a fact. I will say this. This kid, you will see him on the field for Alabama.
How you know he's improved his speed? How you know that?
They've been saying that, man. Like he
Of course they're going to say that. What else is Alabama going to say? They're not going to tell everybody he runs a 4.6.
Bro, we don't just have him. We got more than him. We got Richard Young, 5-star running back. Like,
Brock, it doesn't matter who you got. You're not running on Georgia. Doesn't matter who you got.
Bro,
you're not running on.
Brian Robinson ran on y'all. What do you mean?
Robinson ain't do jack shit against us.
Okay.
Y'all ran for 30 yards in the national title game off of 28 carries. Don't tell me he can run. He didn't do shit.
All right. Well, all right. You want to talk about the national title game, but what happened in the SEC championship game? Y'all Georgia.
He didn't do much either. All the running.
I got a question. Where was your defense in that game, bro? If Kirby.
How about that Natty game though? How about the Natty game? How about the Natty game when we whooped y'all's ass in the most important game? How about that?
How about the SEC championship when we whooped y'all's ass?
You good? You can have the SEC title. Okay. I'll take my back-to-back natties.
Okay, bro. Beat us.
I'll take my back-to-back natties.
Listen though, beat us when we're healthy, bro. Don't beat us.
Here we go with the excuses. Right? Yeah, beat us when we're healthy. Hey, hold on. Let me tell you all the players that were injured during the SEC title. Oh, Adam Anderson, George Pickens, Tyke Smith, Arian Smith. Can I go on? Tate Ratledge.
That's not nothing new.
Tate
George
Ratledge
Pickens was not. He was a non-factor for y'all the whole fucking year. He was trash
because he was injured.
He was trash.
Oh my God.
The field.
Trash. He was injured. He had limited plays. Bro. He didn't take a snap until the Georgia Tech game, and he barely played in that game. And then he was allowed to play in the SEC title playoffs, and he barely played in those games because he was on restriction for snaps.
Okay,
George Pickens ain't trash.
He's actually. I'm actually kind of proud of him what he's doing in the NFL, but he didn't do shit in college.
He was injured. He was injured. When he played, he was a beast, and you know that.
Bro, he only showed up in the national championship, so
off of limited plays. Yes, off of limited plays. Yeah, and he had limited plays in the Natties too. In the Natty game too.
Your best receiver is Lad McConkey for the past couple years.
Yeah, what? Yeah, and guess what? We got Ra Thomas now and Dominic Lovett, and we also still got Brock Bowers. As well. Nobody's guarding him. I don't care what you say. Nobody's guarding Brock Bowers. Nobody.
Well, I know somebody who did. Ohio State did.
Ohio State did not guard Brock Bowers. Please tell me that. Did you watch the game?
He only had 10 yards the whole game.
Oh, my God.
10 yards. Bro, you can't knock that. Ohio State has the best. They know how to stop tight ends, bro.
They know how to stop tight ends, really?
Yes.
Oh, my God. Ohio State's defense, they allowed 5 45-plus yard touchdowns to Michigan. And it felt like they did to Georgia. If their coach
didn't call dumbass plays at the end of the game, they would have beat y'all, bro.
Hey, their coach is on the team. If you don't like, if Ohio State doesn't like him, they can get a better coach.
If Ryan Day wasn't a dumbass, they would have won that game.
Oh, too bad. They chose him. They hired him as their coach. That's their fault. We hired Kirby Smart, the best coach in the country. And that's our reward.
Y'all can't stop elite wide receivers. Every time y'all play elite.
Hey, we shut down Jalen Hyatt and Cedric Tillman, right? Shut down Quentin Johnson.
Elite, dog. He's not
Jalen Hyatt's not elite. The Biletnikoff winner, he's not elite. Quentin Johnson's not.
Oh, hell no, he's not.
Oh, he's not elite. Quentin Johnson's not elite. First round pick. He's not elite either. Cedric Tillman and Jalen Hyatt, the two receivers that torched y'all's defense, they're not elite.
No, they're not. They're not.
Oh, if they're not elite, why are you getting? Are you saying they're average receivers?
They're good, but they're not elite in my eyes, dog.
Well, why is your defense full of blue chips, as you say, getting torched by receivers that are not elite?
Well, when you see how bad Pete Golden is at Ole Miss, bro, you're gonna be like,
Ole Miss
Pete
defense,
Golden's bad.
Ole Miss defense going to get better under Pete Golding.
Yeah,
He's going to recruit. He's through his recruiting.
I bet you won't bet me on that.
Really, we got to place a bet.
You won't bet me on that, yo.
Oh my god, I don't got no money to bet you on. I'll give you that.
So I want to hear who you got Alabama losing to this year. Go ahead.
You're losing to LSU. You're losing to LSU. You're losing to Texas as well.
All
And then,
right.
and then you'll lose to two more teams. I think you lose to Auburn this year.
All right.
And then you might drop it. You might drop another. I don't know. I haven't made all my predictions yet, but I mean, Ole Miss seems like a game you could drop. Now, if Spencer Sanders doesn't, if the rumors are true, the rumors are true about him and all that, you'll beat Ole Miss. But if Spencer Sanders is playing, then they could really beat you.
All right. So if they're beating us, then what's Alabama's defense looking like then? If you're saying you're saying our defense is gonna be trash, right?
No, your defense is going to be better than it was last year. Your defense will be good. Your offense is going to be the one that gives you the losses.
Bro, if Texas couldn't beat us at their fucking house when we gave them opportunities, and I don't care about Quinn, it's not our fault. You're soft as fuck.
Hold on. You wanted to claim that we can't beat a healthy Bama. But we couldn't beat a healthy Bama. When it comes to Texas, you don't give a fuck about Quinn Ewers getting hurt. How does that work?
Hey, I said watch the language.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
We can settle this with conflict, but not cussing. But
I apologize, Bud. I didn't hear you say that. I'm sorry. All right. Back to what we were saying.
We say that because it was a non-contact injury on Jameson Williams. Non-contact.
What does it matter? What does it matter? They're still injured. Quinn Ewers still got hurt. What does it matter?
He just soft.
You either care about injuries or you don't. Oh, he's soft. Are you kidding me? Are you playing? You're kidding me, right? He's soft.
Dude, Quinn is a pussy, bro.
He had to miss 5 weeks, dude. He's not soft. He just got hurt.
Dude, he's soft, bro. I'm telling you.
Have you ever played football before?
Soft.
Have you ever played football before?
Yeah, I played football. I was running back.
And he's soft. Running back. Okay. All right. So you know what it's like. Have you ever gotten injured before?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. How many weeks you missed?
A couple weeks, about 4 weeks.
All right. So that's the same amount as Quinn Ewers missed. So you're soft too, then, right?
I mean.
Yeah. You're soft too, then, right? Right. Exactly.
I mean, I'm not playing college ball, but okay.
I mean, I'm just if Quinn Ewers is soft for missing 4 weeks, and you are too. So, yeah. But going back to what we were talking about here, Texas has got. They're gonna have a better team than they had last year.
With no fucking defense. Defense.
Their defense is gonna improve. Trust me, their defense is gonna be the best defense they've had in a while.
No.
Yes.
They don't have the horse.
Georgia.
No, Texas.
Oh, Texas.
Texas has always had the horses.
Nobody believes in Texas, bro. Texas is not fucking nothing, dog. They
really
want to be fucking. Even if they be,
they're the Big 12 favorites. The Big 12 favorites. What do you mean nobody believes in them?
It's not like they're gonna do nothing with it, dog. They not gonna win shit.
Really? Texas will make the play. They'll win the Big 12, and I got them in the playoffs. How about that?
You got Texas in the playoffs this
year, I think they go undefeated. Now, granted, they got an easy schedule, but I still think they go undefeated and win the Big 12.
Yeah, dude.
If they don't do that, they'll go 12-1.
Sarkisian's not a good head coach, dog. He's not.
So he's got good coordinators around him, and he's got great talent. Gary Patterson's second year under him, Texas defense going to improve.
And they had it in 2009. Great talent over there too. They couldn't fucking
Yeah, and
do
they made the
shit
natty
with it.
game. They made the natty game.
They couldn't do
Language.
shit with it.
I didn't come on here to argue
Nothing.
about Texas. I came on here to argue about Georgia and Bama. So let's get back to that. Okay. Texas is going to be a much harder game than it was last year, and you beat them by 1 point last year.
And good luck in Tuscaloosa. That's all I'm gonna say.
Alabama.
Good.
Alabama is at home, and they already have a line out that it's 7 points for the Crimson Tide.
Good. They can have that line out. Alabama was favored against every team they played last year and lost 2 games. So, anyways, Texas is
You
going
know
to
how
be.
many points we lost by?
You still lost.
You know who our coordinator?
You still lost. You know who your quarterback was? The best quarterback to ever put on a Crimson Tide uniform. And what a waste!
Oh, that's
What a
that's
waste
baloney.
Bryce Young's career was with y'all. The best quarterback to ever put on an Alabama uniform, and he never won a national title as a starting quarterback. What an absolute waste! That's pathetic and sad.
Dude, what
You
what
don't
about
know
the
your history.
quarterbacks? Y'all had a fucking waste since the 1980s, dog. Like, let's be honest, dog. Like,
Yeah, we
you
got
wanna
back-to-back
talk about a
natties
waste?
now. We got back-to-back natties now, though, don't we? Yeah, we do.
Bro, that's now, bro. But bro, y'all
Yes,
There's an
that's now.
asterisk
Yes,
behind one of them.
No, there's not an asterisk. There's
Yes,
not an
there
asterisk
is.
behind anything.
You didn't
What-
play
what-
Alabama.
Oh yeah, right. Now you're
If you
now you're pulling
had,
stuff
who
on me.
knows what would have happened?
Man, we would have went toe to toe with their ass, man. Toe to
Oh
toe.
god, toe to toe, dude. We dominated Tennessee and LSU. You lost to them. Lost.
Wow. Okay, we lost on the road in the highest fucking damn atmosphere in college
Language.
football.
You still
Like,
lost.
Just
You
like,
still lost.
Just like
You still
Andre
lost.
and everybody else
You
has
still
said,
lost.
bro. They
You still
like,
lost. You still
like,
lost. No,
all
you
right,
still lost.
I want to see y'all lose in Neyland Stadium this year.
No,
because
you're not
I got
gonna
you
see us
already
lose.
losing.
No,
I got you
no, you're not
losing
going to
that
see us
game.
lose. You're not going to see us lose. We haven't lost to Tennessee in 7 years. We're not going to lose.
Good luck communicating. I hope y'all know fucking hand signals. Good luck communicating over there.
Well, we did just fine in 2021, 41-17. Game was over by the end of 3 quarters.
Yeah, that was at home, buddy.
Exactly. That was at their place, Neyland Stadium. That was at
I'm
Neyland
talking about
Stadium. We beat
last
them.
year. Y'all played them at home. If y'all played them in Neyland Stadium, that's a different ball game, buddy.
No, it's
I don't care
not.
what
No,
you
it's
say.
not. Tennessee had no chance from the jump. They had no chance from the. Georgia attempted 1 pass in the 4th quarter. Georgia didn't even have to throw against Tennessee after the 1st quarter. They did it. They threw 3 bombs in like the 1st quarter. 2 bombs, but what? What is it, Ballard?
So, like I said, lines are out. Alabama
Yeah.
sits at 6.5. Well, I probably already brought this up, and you probably made your point, but
Yes, I know
like
they're
I
favored
said,
over every team.
It's in Tuscaloosa. Alabama's a favorite. It's late in the season, and if you don't think for a second that Nick Saban's going to have it figured out by that game, buddy, you're mistaken.
What game? What game is he gonna have to figure out?
LSU.
LSU, the team that ran over him last year, rushed for over like rushed for what was it?
It was overtime, son.
I'm talking about in the run game. LSU ran all over you last year.
That's fair.
That's what I mean. And credit, yeah, you lost by 1 point. Well, first of all, you still lost. Second of all, LSU is getting better next year. You're getting worse. I like Alabama. I don't think these fans without
worse.
you lose Bryce Young. Without Bryce Young, you go 7-5 last year. Without him the year before, you go 8-4. You don't need.
That's
Oh, God.
Simpson.
We look, dog.
Hey, Jacob.
Do you not?
Hey,
He
Jacob.
must never watch it. Like,
I know you're
hey,
playing.
did you used to watch Alabama like when they won all these national championships? Do you
Yes,
know what
yes,
they won?
yes,
They
yes,
didn't
and they
have an
changed.
elite
They're not like that.
quarterback.
They're not like that anymore. They're not like that anymore.
Man,
Can
okay.
Nebraska still win running the triple option just because they once did?
You don't
They
have
don't
to
win
have
like
y'all. Stetson Bennett won elite. Y'all won a national championship with him, and he ain't.
yeah,
he
because
ain't
Georgia's
here.
built like that. Because Georgia had the greatest defense of all time and an amazing run game and great players around him. Then guess what? The next year he improved, and our team's just as good as it was last year.
That
That's
greatest
Georgia
defense
today.
of all time that y'all had in 2021. It wasn't the greatest all time because we
Oh
beat
wow,
you.
really? Yeah, guess what? We beat your ass in the title game. So what do you want?
You know how many times
Here's the
Alabama
thing.
beat y'all in the
Who
title
do you
game?
rather trust?
What?
Who do you rather trust between Carson Beck and, let's say, if it is Jalen Milroe? Because Jalen
Carson
Milroe
Beck.
can run.
Carson
He's
Beck.
got some
No,
wheels. Carson Beck
yeah,
doesn't know what to do.
no. Jalen Milroe against Georgia's defense is getting. He'd get slammed. He'd get shut down.
Man,
He gets
I
swarmed.
guarantee you that's
Jalen
bullshit.
Milroe, a running quarterback is doing nothing against Georgia's defense. We're way too fast. We're way too good. No
You know
mobile
how
quarterback
big
is
and
doing
strong
shit against
Jalen
Georgia.
Milroe is, dude?
Is he stronger than Georgia's players? Please don't tell me you think that now.
What?
Dude, he slammed down over 300 pounds by
Okay.
himself.
Put him up again when Kamari Lassiter and Dumas Johnson get their hands on him. Oh my God. Oh, it's going to be a beautiful day. Please start Jalen Milroe against us. A guy who can't throw the ball more than 10 yards
Man,
downfield.
Kendrick
Yeah,
Blackshaw shred their ass, man. Stop.
do you think you? And this is why Alabama's has no shot against Georgia next year. This is why they got no shot. They don't got a quarterback who can throw it downfield. That is the only reason why anybody can beat Georgia. If you cannot
Dude,
throw it, who
y'all
you
ain't
got?
gonna know what the fuck we run if we play y'all. You ain't gonna
It
know
doesn't
shit.
matter. It doesn't matter. As long as you can't throw it downfield, it doesn't matter what you run. You're getting shut down.
All right, when Malik Benson run a touchdown on that ass, like
We're gonna
that,
beat your ass. No, we're gonna beat your ass. As long as you can't throw it downfield,
Dude,
it doesn't matter what you run. We're gonna beat your
I
ass.
swear, if we beat y'all in the SEC championship
Yo,
like we
you're not
always
beating
do,
us. No,
I'm telling
you're not beating
bro,
us.
y'all suck. Y'all can't never win it in Atlanta, dog. We own Mercedes-Benz Stadium,
a team,
dude.
team that won back-to-back natty sucks. Are we going there now?
You won your first
You did get
SEC
lucky on the
championship last year. For how long?
Second. Kirby won in 2017. Get your facts right.
Okay, 2017. Think what you said 20. No, wait. Oh, 2017.
Yes.
No, the fuck you didn't.
Yes, we did. We beat Auburn in the SEC title game. Yes, we did.
Then.
Oh, and guess what? We won a Mercedes-Benz against Ohio State last year. So give us that one too. Oh, and we beat Oregon in Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Man,
So yes, we
y'all
can win
beat
in
these
Mercedes-Benz.
weak-ass teams, man. They ain't shit.
Weak ass team, Ohio State. Ohio State's a weak ass team. Please don't tell me you think that. Please.
Bro, they only played one good game, and that was against y'all. That was it.
Yeah, and they played a terrific game, and they almost beat us. But please do not tell me that you don't think they're a good team. Ohio State's one of the best teams in the country last year.
They had the best receivers.
They were one of the best teams in the country. Please do not tell me you think they're a weak team. Oregon and LSU aren't weak teams, much less Ohio State. So yeah, we won 3 more games in Mercedes-Benz Stadium than you won last year in Mercedes-Benz.
Well, we beat y'all's ass several times.
Yeah, we beat you in the Natty game. I'll take my back-to-back Natties. So thank you. I will take my back-to-back Natties.
How many national championship Nick Saban took from y'all?
I don't give a damn. We got back-to-back Natties, and we're the best program right now.
Yep, but you won't be for long.
We won't be for long.
Let me interrupt here.
You won't be for long.
Let's say hypothetically,
Oh, yeah.
if hypothetically Alabama does win it this year, what are you gonna say then? Oh,
Yeah.
Georgia's still the best.
Alabama's not going to win it this year.
Alabama would have.
How do you
like,
know?
8
You don't know what the fuck's
Alabama-
gonna happen. Your quarterback might fucking break his leg.
Yeah, we'll just run it all over you, just like we have for every single game under the Kirby era.
Bro,
We ran for-
international championship, y'all got a couple lucky runs. Y'all didn't even fucking run
Lucky
on our
run.
defense.
Dude,
like that.
our running backs ran for 7.9 yards per carry in the Natty game. Please don't start this. Our running backs
Yeah.
ran all over you in the Natty game. 7.9
sure.
yards per carry. Look it up. Look it up.
Why,
Running backs
why
ran
don't y'all's running backs get 1,000 yards?
because we have 4 or 5 different running backs. Unlike Alabama, we give it to 4 or 5 different players who are all good.
Yeah, all good. Well, we got a better running back room than y'all this year.
Oh
Good
yeah,
luck.
sure. Yeah, you're right about that. I'd love to see that running back room get shut down for 20, 30, 40 yards again against Georgia. Just like they did in the Natty game.
Bro, y'all are so cocky, bro. You think y'all fucking like Godzilla or something, dog? Like, calm your fucking
Dude, we have back to back.
Yes,
We
dog.
got back to back natties. You said the same thing before 2013. I bet. Tell me you didn't. Tell me you didn't. About Alabama. You said the same thing about Alabama in 2013. Tell me you didn't.
I mean, I didn't brag as much as you. Like, god dang.
Yeah, because there's nowhere to brag. These channels
There
didn't
was
exist
somewhere
then.
to
But I
brag
bet you
back
thought the
then.
same thing. You thought the same thing, didn't you? You thought you were three-peating. Yeah, and guess what? I think I'm three-peating. Because we got back-to-back natties, and we got the best team going in the next year.
I see what this is.
The
I see what
chances are
this
you
is.
three-peating?
You
What?
Georgia fans have turned into us Gumps from 10 years ago. I see what it is. Okay,
I'm just asking. I'm just asking. Did you guys not think the same thing after your back-to-back national titles? Why should I change my mind when nobody beat Georgia last year, and we're 33-1 in the last 34 games? Why should I suddenly think that somebody's going to sneak up on Georgia? Why should I think that when nobody's as good as us? Why?
I wouldn't say nobody is good as y'all because Alabama has just more talent than you have.
Yeah, I guess. And what's that talent done for y'all? Giving up 52 points to Tennessee, that's what it's done.
Yeah,
You don't
still
develop and
you talking
evaluate
about
players
last
like you
year.
used to.
Let's see what they do this year, buddy. Let's talk
Yeah,
about
let's
this
see.
year.
Yeah, let's see what they do. Yeah, damn right. Let's see those 3-4 losses. What they do.
Yeah, all right. When has Nick Saban lost 3 or 4 games? I don't think he has.
He did it. He
Okay.
did it in 2010.
No,
He did it in 2000. Yeah, but what do you mean? No, he didn't. He lost
didn't
3
lose
games in
4.
2010.
He didn't lose 4 games.
None of the
Well, he
regular
lost
went
3.
fucking-
He lost 3. He lost 3. Lost 3.
Actually,
You're counting the bowl
Jacob's
game,
right.
dumbass.
I'm not counting the bowl game. You lost to Auburn, South Carolina, and LSU. You
That's
lost
true.
3.
That is true.
9 and
Brock.
3. Yeah, that's true. And this is Alabama's worst team going into a season since then. This is Alabama's
Telling you
worst team
right
going
now.
into a season. This is Alabama's worst team going in season since like 2007. His first damn year.
I guarantee you any money you want to bet on that we don't lose a home game. You heard it.
You're not gonna bet with somebody who actually has money to bet though.
Who? I will.
I don't got no bet. I don't got nobody to bet you with. But guess what? You're not gonna make that bet with somebody who's got money to bet you with.
I haven't already bet.
No, I don't know who if you bet with.
All
I
right.
bet it with somebody on Twitter.
Let's all.
And he's actually a Georgia fan, so
Well,
Can
good.
we-
What you bet on?
I bet that we wouldn't lose a fucking home game, and I bet we would beat Tennessee by
You're losing
double
that
digits.
bet. You're losing that bet. You might lose both of those, but you're at least losing the home game bet. But Val, what were you got to say?
Can we at least agree that we can't wait for college football to kick off?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Hey, listen, it is past 10:30 here, and I got a long day tomorrow and a long week ahead of me. I appreciate you guys coming on. I think we're going to. I don't know how we're going to top that, so we got to end the show on that note, man.
Hey.
I don't know how you top
Hey,
this.
hey, seriously though. Hey, Brock. Hey,
Yo.
man, I like you. I enjoyed debating with you, and I'd love to do this again.
All right, for sure.
Yeah, I'd love to do this again. This was fun. I enjoyed it,
And
man.
if we do meet in the SEC championship, I want you to be live, Ballot, so he can.
Oh,
come
I'll be
on here.
live. You know it.
Oh, that. Well, hey, man, I've expressed my opinion. You've expressed yours. So I hope you have a great night, and I hope to do this again.
All right,
You know.
bet.
Before the season or whenever. That would be great if we did play up in the SEC title. We should get me a Brock up here. That would be amazing to argue actually about the game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
See you, Jacob.
Yeah. See you, Val. Thanks for hosting this, and see you, Brock. Thanks for debating.
He left.
All right. Well, go Dogs.
Yeah.
All right. See you.
All right, we're gonna call it a night. I'm sorry that it got out of hand like that. I know there were some words said, and I apologize. You can't control what the people say. I tried to get them to calm down because some cuss words were said, and I apologize for that. But we'll try to do better next time. It's always about improving, and sometimes you just kind of have those nights and those shows. So, but I love you guys. Jesus loves you. Again, I'm really just a down to earth, Christian guy, and I'm just trying to make my way through this world like anybody else. And I don't know. You can't deny we all enjoyed this conversation tonight, and yeah. So again, I hope everyone has a safe 4th of July. Be safe with the fireworks. Have fun. Eat some hot dogs and hamburgers. Have fun with friends and family. I love you guys. Jesus loves you. We're out of here. God bless America. And roll tide. Ballard Sports Media. Check it out. I love y'all. Peace.